Kazakhstan's economy has grown by 5.4% since the beginning of the year. This was reported by the country's Prime Minister Olzhas Bektenov during a meeting with the President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev at the Akorda residence this Tuesday. They discussed key initiatives from the fourth session of the National Congress, Kurultai, held earlier this month, focusing on infrastructure, energy projects, digitalization and human capital development. President Tokayev emphasized the need to continue supporting the economy, attracting investments and enhancing social policies. So, how will the government fulfill the economic development goals set at the last National Kurultai? We'll take a closer look in the following report.
Prime Minister Olzhas Bektenov, in his article published this week, highlighted the results of Kassym-Jomart Tokayev's six-year presidency, focusing on Kazakhstan's socio-economic progress. According to his statement in the paper, under President Tokayev's leadership, the country has seen significant economic growth as reflected in the figures. Last year, Kazakhstan's GDP reached $228 billion, with GDP per capita surpassing 14,000, an increase of nearly 50%. Prime Minister Bektenov emphasized that Kazakhstan is now on the verge of joining the group of high-income countries.
Kazakhstan has prioritized the diversification of its economy, focusing on the development of the non-oil sector. There are already tangible results from this effort, with non-resource industries driving economic growth. From 2019 to 2024, manufacturing production increased by 31.4%, and the construction sector saw a growth of 96.3%. Overall, manufacturing industries now account for a share of the economy comparable to extractive industries.
Last year alone, Kazakhstan launched 180 investment projects worth almost $2 billion, marking the highest growth in a decade. Industrial production rose 20% and machine engineering grew threefold in 6 years. In this regard, Prime Minister Olzhas Bektenov stressed the importance of foreign investments for the country's growth, noting Kazakhstan's strong global reputation among international investors. Specifically this year, through the Bayterek holding, almost $16 billion will be invested, with plans to increase that amount to $20 billion by 2027. Member of National Kurultai Karbek Arstanbekov, commenting the last progress, says Kazakhstan needs to keep investing in real sector economy for big economic growth.
At the one hand, we have to keep in inflation trends in the framework. In the other hand, we have to achieve big economic growth. Because as soon as we achieve the big economic growth, we can obligation the stability of budget, state budget. So we have to continue the financing the real sector of economy.
Thus, Kazakhstan's government has started implementing directives from the fourth session of the National Kurultai. Notably, this time at the Congress, more than 100 new proposals were made covering a bigger amount of areas compared with the first one held 3 years ago. During the governmental meeting after the Congress, Minister of National Economy Sergey Zhumangarin outlined the country's action plan to create new economic growth points, develop a fair tax system and improve tax administration.
We will tighten the requirements for those who want to start their own business to prevent fragmentation. Proportional taxes will act as a deterrent for those attempting to bypass the tax system. Additionally, to optimize expenses, we will conduct a review of all program documents and limit funding for administrative costs.
These decisions came from the last National Kurultai meeting, where President Tokayev discussed the ongoing tax reform, emphasizing the need to cut non-priority spending and optimize expenses by year's end. Additionally, he highlighted a series of major infrastructure projects, including few factories and power plants, currently underway across Kazakhstan to increase the foreign investment to the country.
The government is planning to construct gas steam power plants in Kazakh and Turkestan regions, along with the modernization of 2 thermal power plants in Almaty. Additionally, ferroalloy plants will be launched in Karaganda and Ekibastuz, along with a chemical complex for mineral fertilizer production in the Zhambul region.
Kazakh president also addressed the rise of digital assets, including cryptocurrency and the blockchain, stressing the importance of digital transformation in this sector. He called for urgent government action to regulate internet assets, crypto exchanges, and attract investment in digital mining, aiming to reduce the shadow market and boost tax revenues.
At
the end of 2024, the Astana International Financial Center reported that the total turnover of digital assets in the center had doubled, reaching $800 million. Recently, representatives from the company China Analysts revealed that the incoming volume of digital assets in Kazakhstan alone amounted to 15 billion. However, only 5% of digital asset turnover is legal. Our regulator needs to act urgently, as 90% of the turnover is outside the official budget.
Artificial intelligence is now playing a key role in global economies, and Kazakhstan is embracing this way too. As planned by the government, AI will assist in budget management, optimize government operations, and improve communication between the government and the public. Ministry of Digitalization shared that AI has already been integrated into budget planning with an intelligent model developed to forecast revenues and expenditures. This gives a hint that the trend is promised to be continued in Kazakhstan. Baljan Samigulina, New Time.